What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing. Man, it's been a while. Unfortunately, I've been really busy. Uh, and you guys, I had told you guys that I had got a new job and I had just moved, and I have a lot of different moving parts, and that's why I haven't been live for a little bit. This is something I have explained, so I appreciate everybody who's still sticking and supporting with me, still messaging me, still inquiring, still commenting, still watching old videos. I just want to say I really appreciate you guys. I really do. And don't worry. Listen, I'm busy now. And let's say give it 2 months, 2 more months. My schedule should be getting a little bit more flexible, and I will be back to having more consistent content coming out. I will have more interviews, getting set up, and trust me, this thing is for the people who were invested in me both emotionally and everything. You guys will get paid off at the end. Trust me, this is something that I'm just in transition right now. Once I get my life situated, uh you guys are gonna enjoy what I got coming, because I got some big plans, like big plans coming. So if you guys are concerned about the content, if it's gonna be inconsistent since I got a new job, or if this is how it's always gonna be, it is not gonna be like that. Once give it 2-3 months and I get situated right, I'm gonna bring a lot of exclusive content that you cannot get anywhere else but this channel. So I'm really looking forward to that. But as of right now, like I said, I'm still in transition. So you guys are gonna have to bear with me going live less sporadically, more sporadically, excuse me, and putting out less videos. So, and as well as less interviews, unfortunately. But I wanted to start off today's show by saying, man, I really want to see Elvis Rodriguez back. Elvis Rodriguez, he was. I listen. I don't want to say, because there's been a recent wave of Dominicans, and if you really want to look at it, um, Elvis Rodriguez was kind of the first to start that, in a sense that when he was with Top Rank, he was fighting. He was very active. I think he fought 5 times in 2020. Like, he was very active in the pandemic. So, and he was the Dominican that everybody was like, oh man, like this guy may be it. He was knocking people out. He was looking good. He just got edged out for Prospect of the Year. They gave it to Berlanga over him, which, I think, it could have gone either way, but it went Berlanga's way. Those first round knockouts were very impressive, to say the least. But yeah, Elvis Rodriguez, man, he he started it off, I want to say then, but then he lost. Once he lost, he got released by Top Rank. He went over to PBC, and that's when Hector Luis Garcia had that big upset. So really, it's between those two who really started off this Dominican, explosion. But either way, he's definitely in the conversation. And it's unfortunate that when he was with ESPN, it was clear, excuse me, with Top Rank fighting on ESPN, it was clear that he was a priority. It was clear that he was who they wanted to be a star. They were actually promoting him. You know what I'm saying? Like, how they say, your promoter is supposed to promote you. That's what they were actually doing. They were putting him to fight, a lot. They were always talking about him, and he was getting consistent, and he had over 100,000 followers by the time on Instagram by the time he got released. And 100,000 is a lot for a guy who's at the time never fought past 8 rounds. You get what I'm saying? I don't know how much Instagram followers he's at now. Let me check that. But I know it hasn't grown much since he's left since he's at 113,000. So not much has happened since he left Top Rank. And that's so unfortunate. So because when he signed with PBC, it was clear that, well, at first it seemed like they were gonna just pick up where he left off on ESPN. His first fight on PBC was on a Canelo undercard against an undefeated former Mexican Olympian. So they threw him in tough, and he passed that test with flying colors, got a knockout, made the dude quit. The dude was on his butt after he got dropped and was shaking his head, no, no, no. And they waved it off. I was like, man, on a Canelo undercard, I already see the vision where PBC taking it. Then after that, it seemed kind of clear that he wasn't a priority over there. And I'm not even saying that. How do I say? Like, I'm not saying I don't understand it, but to some degree, you know what? I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that. Why would you sign somebody, who was clearly a priority somewhere else, clearly is used to being treated a certain way, to then treat him a different way? Not, I don't know. Like, they threw him in Minnesota, fighting Adorno, fighting what is it, Juan Carlos Velasco, kind of like fights that really didn't mean nothing, kind of, against opponents that didn't, whether he won or lost. Same thing with Victor Postol. Although Victor Postol is a former world champion, it was kind of clear he was a bit on the older end. It's just like fights that just don't mean nothing. It's just, he's just a body covering like a fight on a card, on the undercard. It's unfortunate. And 140 is stacked. 140 has Subriel Matias, who's on PBC. They have Rolly, who's on PBC, and I'm not considering Rolly a top fighter, but he does have a belt. Gary Antoine Russell, who's on PBC. Michelle Rivera just moved up at 140, and his manager came on here and said that that's a fight he wants to make. So that's he's on PBC. Who else? Who else is at 140 as on PBC? There's a few other guys that maybe are slipping. Brandon Lee, who I don't think is quite the best, but he definitely is he's undefeated, and is somebody who honestly was made a priority over Elvis Rodriguez. It's, speaking of Brandon Lee, you know how ironic it is when Puello and Hector Luis Garcia both fought for their world title out in Florida. Brandon Lee was on the undercard. What sense does that make? Why not put Elvis Rodriguez in that position? That way you have 3 Dominicans on the same card. Wouldn't that make more sense? And you put Brandon Lee at a different event? But it just is very disappointing, because it's clear who PBC was prioritizing. Like, Elijah Garcia is somebody that were prioritizing. Rayo Valenzuela, another guy who I felt they were prioritizing. Chris Colbert, up until his recent defeats, I felt like he was being prioritized. And, with Rayo, you could say it's panning out now. He just got a really nice, sensational knockout over Chris Colbert. But up until when my man Edwin got his hands on him, like, it didn't look like that was the right investment. The dude got destroyed in 3 rounds. You get what I'm saying? Same thing with Colbert. He got destroyed by Hector Luis Garcia and just recently got knocked out by Rayo. So it's like, I don't know. Elvis Rodriguez, out of all the Dominicans, in my opinion, is by far the most promotable. He's Dominican. He's Dominican. Hear me? He's a southpaw. He trains with Freddie Roach. So there's that. He's a good-looking guy. He already had a lot of exposure on ESPN, so he has somewhat known. He has a great relationship with Lapi Consciente. He has an entertaining style where he knocks people out. And he is just like, he's clearly the most promotable. And I think he has the most followers on Instagram out of all the Dominicans. So whether you think he's promotable or not, the numbers say that he is the most popular. You get what I'm saying? And it was kind of like they just threw him over to Minnesota to fight irrelevant fights. And it's unfortunate, man. And I say all that to say this, and this is kind of like a random live I did, but I just want to see Elvis Rodriguez fight again, man. I really do, man. He is a very entertaining fighter to watch. I know he had that, that fight with Adorno. The first like 5-6 rounds were pretty boring, but I think that was just a style matchup. You know, again, that I don't know why the matchmaker would make that fight. Adorno's more of a boxer, counter puncher kind of guy, and Elvis Rodriguez is somebody who's a low volume puncher. He's more he likes to wait until everything is perfect, and if a guy's moving around, he's kind of not gonna let his hands go. I would have loved to see him win against somebody more offensive. That's why I think a fight with him and Gary Antoine Russell works out amazing for him. I think Gary Antoine Russell is one of the more overrated. I don't even is he a prospect? I don't even know if to call him a prospect or not. But whatever he is, he's definitely one of the more overrated contenders or prospect in boxing right now. And I think a fight, and he has a very, very explosive, very offensive style. And I think that style works to the benefit of Elvis Rodriguez. And hopefully that's a fight they can make next. One thing I will say about Elvis Rodriguez, though, is he is, hold on, let me pull up the rankings because I want to make sure, I want to be 100% clear. When I talk, I don't want to just talk off memory because you never know. You may remember something incorrectly, and then they go, "Wait a minute, that's not true." So, all right, hold on. I'm pulling up the rankings. There we go. All right, so at 140, Elvis Rodriguez in the WBC is not ranked. Oh, Alberto Puello is ranked 14 in the WBC. And Michelle Rivera is ranked number 13 in the WBC. I did not know that. Okay. Damn, Regis Prograis fell to 10 after his loss to Haney. That's crazy. All right, so Elvis Rodriguez is not ranked in the top 15 in the WBC. He's not ranked in the WBA. And this is ridiculous. And this honestly, that goes to my further point, how he's not being prioritized. The fact that he's not ranked by two major sanctioning bodies. And you got guys like Kevin Brown. Kevin Brown might have like 5-6 fights and none of them on TV. I don't even know who's Jose Rosa. Who's Alex Vargas? Who are these guys? I know who this guy is, or Orestes Velasquez, but I've only seen him fight on the YouTube portion. Whatever. I'll be here all day. So that whatever. But if we look here, he's ranked number 10 in the IBF. Nobody ahead of him is with PBC. No, so he is the highest PBC ranked fighter in the IBF, meaning he can fight Subriel Matias. And obviously Subriel Matias is a beast, and I'm not going to sit here and say that's an easy fight. But hey, that he did come on my channel asking for the fight, and he is the highest ranked PBC fighter in the IBF. And then he's ranked number 6 in the WBO. And there's some good guys ahead of him, but my point is, the guy has options, and it's unfortunate that I just don't like the way that he's been moved. I don't like how the last 3-4 years of his career has panned out. It's been quite disappointing. But I will say this: Eldy Cedeno, his promotional team, his management team. Shout out to King's Promotion. Shout out to Petrov. Shout out to those guys. Those guys are doing a great job with Eldy Cedeno. They have had him fight on the YouTube portion of PBC events. They have had him fight on DAZN. And now they're going to have him fight on ESPN. And a lot of his fights also have been on the East Coast, which is something I've been stressing for PBC to do, to bring the Dominicans to the East Coast, to New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. And that's where LD's most of his fights have been. And now he's gonna be fighting in New York on ESPN Plus. You get what I'm saying? So as much as complaining as I do with certain fighters, how they being promoted or they being moved, I gotta give credit where credit is due. King's Promotions, Petrov, you guys have been doing a absolutely fantastic job with LD Cedeno, and I definitely want to give you guys your flowers and tell everybody. And I'll be honest with you, if I'm Dominican and I'm seeing the way they move in LD, that's where I want to be. I want to be with King's Promotion just because they just seem like they have good connections. He's fought on PBC. He's fought on a Jake Paul the Zone card. He's fought on he's fought on the Zone twice, if I'm not mistaken, and now he's fighting on ESPN Plus. What connections does this King's Promotion have that they keep putting this guy in good position? And I'll be quite honest with you, he is one of the highest ranked Dominican prospect, if not number one. Like that's how people in the country feel about him. And when I ask anybody what Dominican prospects you're high on, he's always someone that comes up. So I think they know what they have, and I think they know what they're doing. They're promoting him really well, and he is in a weak division in 160. And who knows by the time he becomes to championship status how weak or strong it is. But they have matched him tough with a lot of undefeated fighters and fighters that I'm like, wow, at this stage of his career, he shouldn't be fighting a guy like that. But so we'll see how quick they move him up. But LD Cedeno, I like the way they've been moving you, man. I like the way they've been promoting him. We got to give a huge shout out to King's Promotion for real. Another Dominican fighter I wanted to touch on is Rohan Polanco. As you guys know, well, maybe you don't know, but he will be fighting March 2nd in Verona, New York. That's upstate New York. If there's any Dominicans that live out there that want to pull up and watch the fight and support a Dominican, that's actually a good card. Like, by the way, like if I'm not mistaken, the main event is Luis Alberto Lopez. He's gonna be defending his IBF title, and then on the undercard is the vacant WBA title fight between Klomatov and Raymond Ford. Those are two championship fights, plus you getting Rohan Polanco, a guy who I think may win Prospect of the Year. He was matched pretty tough last year, and he passed all those tests with flying colors. I don't think he leaves prospect level this year, but from what I've seen in his performances, he's looked as talented as any prospect right now. And I'll be honest with you, that's my favorite to win Prospect of the Year. Him, Abdullah Mason, those two guys are who I would say are currently the favorites to win Prospect of the Year. And if I'm being honest, I favor Rohan Polanco to win it. That's who I'm picking it so far. Like if you asking me in December 2024, who you think you're gonna be picking for Prospect of the Year, I'm gonna say Rohan Polanco. Not even being Dominican biased, not even being biased. I genuinely think this guy is tough. This guy is working hard, and he's very talented. And again, he silver medal in the Pan American Games, Olympian. Like his resume speaks for itself in the amateurs. And you can even say his resume in the pros speaks for itself. He beat Cesar Francis, a really, really tough fight. What was supposed to be a really tough fight, and knocked him out. He just fought Michael Hunter's brother, the bounty hunter, and all that. Knocked him out too. And the way when I talk to him, he talks very confident. He talks very, very, very sure of himself. He lives in the second floor, and then the first floor is the boxing gym. He trains 3 times a day. Like the guy eats, sleeps, and drinks boxing. I'm picking him and my prediction is that by December of 2024, he will be the Prospect of the Year. Also on to some Dominican boxing news. We saw Beterbiev just recently knock out Callum Smith, and that leads the way for Dmitry Bivol versus Beterbiev to fight, and hopefully that could happen. We understand that the Turksy, I forget his last name, it's Alakashi or something like that. His Excellency, I don't want to butcher his name. His Excellency, he really wants that fight, undisputed light heavyweight championship fight between Dmitry Bivol and Artur Beterbiev. That fight excites me. You want to talk about an A-class fight? That is exciting to just think that those two guys will be fighting is literally high level speed matchup. This will be a boxer versus a puncher. The classic who will win. Now, I'll be honest with you, who I favor, I've always said I'll pick Bivol. I think he has better footwork, better jab. He has I think he'll pick him apart. I'm not saying it'll be easy. When I say pick him apart, I think his jab is just gonna really bother Beterbiev. Beterbiev will have his moments. He's very strong and he's big, but I just think Bivol got too much skills for him. I honestly do. Edwin De Los Santos versus Tank sometime this year. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know what Edwin is going to do next. He just came off a loss 3 months ago. Tank just got out of jail roughly 3 months ago, or however long it was. I think both their futures are pretty up in the air. I would assume Edwin would fight probably Frank Martin next, or maybe, who knows, Pitbull Cruz, or I don't know, but Edwin De Los Santos, it's hard to predict who he's gonna fight next, but he's in a good position. He's in a good position. He didn't fall too down on the rankings after his recent loss. Matter of fact, let me look that up again. I want to get the facts straight. In the WBC, he's ranked number 8. And in the WBA, he's ranked number 4. In the WBO, he's ranked number 11. So he's ranked, fairly well in most of the top, in 3 out of the 4 sanctioning bodies. Best is the WBA, where he is the number 4 lightweight. But maybe if he was to fight Frank Martin's ranked number 3. That could be an eliminator. That could be a final eliminator. Who knows? Or an eliminator to fight the number 1 guy who's Isaac Cruz. I don't know. I don't know. But Edwin, I'm not sure what he's gonna do. Hold on 1 second. I got my man Juan.
They don't care. They don't me, yo. Happy to see you, Joel. Happy New Year's. Well, have I seen you? Have I spoke to you since New Year?
I think so. Damn, bro. Either way, it's the 21st, man. You can't. After the first week, is no more Happy New Year, bro. That's it. Just talk to me.
Oh man, how you doing? Just happy to see you, man.
I'm happy to see you, brother. Happy to see you too, man.
Happy to see you taking a full hold of your platform, the voice of Dominican boxing. Anytime I see you hop on, it's like pay-per-view for me, man. I want to thank you for the platform you have here, man.
Just don't illegally stream my shit, though. Don't illegally.
But definitely, man. I saw what you said earlier regarding Tank and De Los Santos. What a lot of people have to understand is that Tank doesn't decide who his next opponent is going to be. A lot of things are going to be on standstill. And people have to understand that. It's like Mayweather back then. Remember how Mayweather used to have everybody shut down until he decided who his next opponent was going to be, and then the other fighters decided?
Yeah, but damn, I don't think that's what's going on. You think so? Who is Tank holding up from fighting?
Right now,
Pitbull,
Pitbull
Pitbull.
could choose an opponent. Pitbull hasn't fought in how long? Frank
Yeah,
Martin could choose an opponent right now, right? Think about it, but we don't know because being that we have a network shift right now, we really don't know what Amazon is telling them. Like, listen, we want a big splash. We don't because remember they had the next generation too when there was with Showtime, so they had two type of We don't know yet what's going on with Amazon, man. To be
yeah,
honest with
yeah. Like, listen. I'll be honest with you. When I heard that PBC signed a deal with Amazon, I got excited because part of the deal, a lot of people don't know, part of the deal is that they're gonna be making little mini documentaries on fighters and shit like that. So that helps promote the fighters
that's
and all that.
interesting. That's interesting.
But it's like nothing. Like
March 30th is your
that.
first
It's not.
event.
I don't. If they have a fight in March, I'll be surprised. I'll be surprised. It's January 21st. Like,
That's the first quarter of a year. Like, think about how many
yeah.
fights to
I
keep a
mean,
whole
March
stable.
30th, maybe. Anything before March 30th, I don't think they can pull off at this point. I don't think they
Yeah,
can pull off.
think about it, Joel. To keep a stable of 200, 300 fighters to not make no income, that's tough, bro.
No, and what's being reported is that the first event is going to be a pay-per-view. It's
When I
like,
heard
yo,
Amazon,
that's
I
the
thought,
debut. That's the debut you want to make.
I imagine how many YouTube. Are they even gonna have YouTube portions on Amazon?
No, I think it'll be like the zone where they'll just show like the free fights on the app, and then all right, you want to watch the rest of the fights, you're gonna have to buy it. You're gonna have to buy the
It's
pay-per-view.
interesting, man. I just tell all my Dominican boxers that I love watching, and everyone that's on the come up, not just Dominican, to take a full hold of their careers more, man. Because boxing, unfortunately, is heavy at the star level, but at the bottom level, it's not sustainable, bro.
Right now, if you're not signed to Matchroom or Top Rank, it's pretty unstable for you. Whether you were Golden Boy, we don't know what Golden Boy is going through some weird shit. They hiring Rick Glazer and we don't know if they fully in touch with with the zone. We don't know what's that relationship like. PBC, which under its umbrella has a bunch of promoters, whether it be Mayweather Promotions, Samson Promotions, TGB Promotions. There's a bunch of other promoters that's under them, but they don't. They I don't know. It's like up in the air with their situation. Yeah, they got the Amazon deal, and God bless, but
You
yo,
feel
we
like you're
got to
being
get that ball
starved
rolling.
as a fan. You feel like you're being starved and deprived of the fighters
Yeah,
you want to see.
yo, I'll be honest with you. To me, PBC put on the best events, like that,
That's
100%. So I genuinely miss them. I genuinely want them back. You know what I'm saying? Now, do I like how they've handled or promoted all the Dominicans? Not really, but they've given them opportunities, and you know what I'm saying, and so I can't knock them, but I just want to get this ball rolling already, man. It was already
yeah.
almost February.
If you're on that PBC side, man, just keep the bloggers active. Keep the bloggers talking about you. So continue to pump out content on your social medias. Continue to do some work in the community. Do something, man. Don't just stand there and wait for your promoter to promote you. Stay hot. Stay active, man. Stay in the gym.
Yeah.
You have a fan
Listen,
base that
I,
you
I,
that you
I tell people when people tell me when people tell me, oh, yo, this guy turned me down for an interview, and like these other YouTubers, they be telling me, I'm like, I don't get it. Like, it's free promotion. You come on this channel with no matter how it goes, it's free promotion. You get what I'm saying? Now, obviously, you want to filter who you want to give an interview to, just because there's some clowns out here, and me and you, we know some.
from
You
what
know what I'm
I've
saying?
from what I've noticed, a lot of these kids coming up, they're not some of the brightest kids, unfortunately. They don't have a public relations guy, like an NBA player will have, like an NFL player will have. They have systems in place to groom these guys to have a face publicly. They'll
Yeah.
groom these guys to have a great public relations. And a lot of these guys, they have yes men around them, unfortunately.
Yeah. You know who's really good at promoting and taking matters into his own hands is Bill Haney. Bill
Oh
Haney,
yeah, Bill. Bill keep his son active.
yo, bro,
Ah,
he's on every channel arguing with people about Devin Haney.
and channels you will never think he'll be on.
It'd be a channel
Going at it with dudes.
with a channel with 102 subscribers. He'd be on there arguing.
And
Don't you
look,
ever talk about my son? My son, the best fighter in the world.
and look where his son is at. His son is demanding great paydays, filling out stadiums, and he doesn't have the most pleasing style.
Oh, and not only did he sell out in San Francisco, that they talk about bringing him to Saudi Arabia. You know that money gonna be big over there too.
And this is what the example we're driving to these guys. Get you a good team around you, man, that is gonna go in for you, man. But you have to understand where value lies. And a lot of times these guys, they're young. They rather go trick 20, 30,000 on a car or a chick than rather in their career. You need to learn when you have value around you and invest in it, man. You just can't. These promoters are not doing it, are not going to do it for you. I'm sorry.
Hold on. We always come on here and shit on promoters. We do that often, and what deservedly so, by the way. But I just want to give a shout out again. I did it when you weren't on here. I'll do it while you on here. Is King's Promotion.
Oh yeah, I heard you.
Elvis Rodriguez promoter has had him on PBC, on the Zone twice, and now on ESPN. Had him fighting in the East Coast, moving him around. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why do these people get it? And other people who have bigger budgets and more money and more connections, they seem to not be able to promote and do stuff like
they're
how they
vested on the fighter. They're vested in the fighter. They're moving him around. And from what I understand, Samsung has a lot of the Dominican guys, and he made some deals with Pro Box TV, which is good. If you don't have a date for one of your hitters with PBC, take him to Pro Box TV just to keep him active, keep him hot. Bring somebody in, not a cab driver, but bring somebody in that can give them some good rounds just so they can stay active and people can see them.
Yo, to me, you should be fighting if you don't have a belt. Now, if you have a belt, whatever. But if you don't have a belt, you should be fighting minimum 3 times a year.
At
3 or
least
4
3 or 4
times a year. It's like, yo, bro, it's like at this, you first of all, you making more money fighting more times. So, also you staying relevant and you getting more popular. Like, if you fight in January and I'm like, man, that was a great fight, I can't wait to see him again. And then you find out a month later, yo, he's fighting in April. Oh shit, I'm gonna go to that fight. Then you go to this fight in April, he looks good again. All right, yo, when's his next fight? His next fight is in September. So now at 3 different moments throughout your year, you've seen this guy. And let's say you see a guy fights 4 times and he fights in December. You get what I'm saying?
Not only that, you're building your fan base from the ground. Grassroots movement. Why? Because you're at smaller venues. You could touch the people more. And that's the problem. Our Dominican fan base, they're always gonna have this problem. If you don't build your fan base up, you will never have a say-so when it comes to the big room meetings, when it comes to negotiations, when it comes to getting these big fights. Mexican fighters, Puerto Rican fighters, that infrastructure is already built for them. Dominicans, if you guys, now I'm not saying that y'all don't appreciate y'all fans, but if y'all keep thinking y'all going to be able to be on these big platforms, be the face of big headliners without a fan base, you're bugging. Joan Guzman didn't get a big fight not because he didn't have the talent. He didn't have a fan base behind him. All the talent was there.
What if you could sit down 4 or 5 Dominican fighters in the room, you close the door, boom. What's the advice you would give them?
They'll become millionaires. If I'm the one that's leading the movement, because the ideas that God be giving me are amazing. The first thing I will do, I'll start an association with all the Dominican fighters that are coming up, where we could pull in our money together, where we could bring in mediographers, where we could bring in media people, public relations people, and we'll hit the floor running. Because I know that they need a fan base. How are we going to go and negotiate fights? How are we going to demand fights with Tank, with Canelo, with these? We don't have a fan base built. But the thing is that, who am I, right? We little small guys. But the ideas that I have, man, listen, bro. Listen. Joe, you know me and you talk a lot in the background. Like, and it's unfortunate because a lot of times you see the bitchiness in boxing where people be like, oh, I don't deal with him. He not my... Bro, you got to have a level of unity. You see the Mexican you see the Mexican people, how they are. Even Mexican fighters. The unity they have, the infrastructure they build. Boxing is theirs. And they're not the most talented.
No, listen, I'm with you. I'm with you. And I've always said that Dominicans don't support boxing because we haven't had a Dominican worth supporting, with the exception of Joan Guzman. Especially now in the day of social media and all that, I feel like we now can be more aware of what's going on. And the talent coming up is different from the talent. Like, bro, me and you've been watching boxing for 20 years, 15 years, however long it's been. Bro, I never seen Dominicans look like this. I never seen Dominicans look this good. There's many Dominicans too. We've always had one or two that you're like, oh, maybe this, that. But the way we all just came up at the same time, it's
time for people to... Someone with the money, man, I don't even need the money to be honest. This shit is not hard, bro.
No, but and you know what pisses me off? Nah, but you know what pisses me off is that the Dominicans, we get that bad rap. Oh, we don't sell tickets, but then but all these Ukrainians and Uzbekistan and Kazakhstan, I don't know. I don't remember going, with the exception of Triple G. Like I don't know any of these dudes selling out events, and we're not counting heavyweights because heavyweights. That's
why I'm a little pissed off, Joel, because they make champions. They make whoever they want to be the face of boxing. These promoters, these networks can make. The thing is that it hasn't been with us. Rolly's not selling out arenas by himself, hell on in the card, but they decided to make Rolly a star.
Yo, but the thing is, Rolly is not even a star, bro. That's the thing.
He's getting star treatment.
But it's stupid. Why?
Why?
Because the
powers to be could choose.
His last fight was in the same arena where Michelle Rivera fought Frank Martin. I went to that fight, the Michelle Rivera Frank Martin. Yeah, that's a small, tiny arena. So this guy,
right or wrong, there was more allure about Frank Martin and Michelle fighting than Rolly, from what I remember.
100%. So I'm just confused why this guy gets so much. How do I say?
I just think at the end of the day, Joel, the people that are in charge of boxing, the people that make the decisions, they're human beings just like us that have biases. And are average people. They're average people. Because you cannot tell me that the sport is winning when you choose a guy like Rolly to be the face of boxing. You not saying that he's the face of boxing, but when you're pushing him.
Yeah. Wait, you making sure where the referee's making sure he wins.
That guy arguably he lost his last 3 fights, arguably, if you think about it. And he's in a position to make a big payday.
Mariñez,
Tank, and Barroso. Barroso's a real star. Barroso should be pulled to be a star.
Barroso coming off a first-round knockout. You know what I'm saying?
Mashing dudes, leaving dudes confused.
Yeah, I definitely want to see him fight next.
You know what that lets me know?
Fight again.
He had that talent. The thing is, they didn't make a priority out of him.
Yo, that guy
We
40
gotta
years
find
old
about
or
this
whatever.
guy now, Joel. So this is what Joel's been screaming. It's not, of course, we have biases with Dominican, but we also have talent. So that's why we harping on it. Like, yo, we got guys that if you promote, if you push, they're gonna give exciting fights.
No, but I'm glad you brought that point up because that's how I started off the show. I don't get what's going on with Elvis Rodriguez. I really don't. I really don't. The kid is good looking. The kid knocks people out. He's trained by Freddie Roach. He's a southpaw. He's in a deep division. And it's like this guy can't seem
On two
to.
sanctioning bodies. That's ridiculous.
Yeah,
At
he's only
140.
ranked in 2 of the sanctioning bodies. It's like I just don't get it. And right now, I don't like the fights he's been in with on PBC, with the exception of the first fight where he fought Romero on the Canelo undercard. Other than that, I haven't liked his opponents. Like the Adorno fight did nothing for me. The Velasco fight did nothing for me. The
When
Postone
Puello
fight
fell
really did
off,
nothing for
to
me.
be honest, no disrespect to Barroso, but he should have been the opponent for Rolly. He should have been the opponent.
Who, Elvis?
When Puello fell off, right?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Elvis should have been the opponent because he's there. He's been active. All right, Ismael, I give it to him. But there's no way in hell that this guy should not be fighting those big fights yet. There's no way.
Even if you don't want to say he's no, but my thing is, even if you don't want to say, yo, he's not ready for a title shot, which that's fair. I'm not gonna say that's not fair, although he technically is the highest PBC ranked fighter in the IBF, so I do want that out. But
Joel, in PBC period, who's higher than him? I mean, Subiel, deservedly so. Gary Antoine Russell. Come on,
nah,
there.
Gary Antoine Russell had to get a fake stoppage against Posto, and Elvis broke his nose and sent him to the hospital.
And didn't take the fight with Puello when it was over to him.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Gary Antoine Russell, that.
Yeah. To be honest with you, he should have got the opportunity with Puello, if anything.
Elvis?
Yeah, if anything. So they need to start. These guys need to start being more. They need to start running their mouth a little bit more. They need to start, because this is ridiculous. You imagine trying to feed your family, Joel, making the sacrifices that some of these guys are making.
Yeah, it's just. I just want to see what the plan is once Amazon comes in. What the difference is going to be, because
this guy might not be fighting to the end till June, dog. The way
and they said that there's only going to be 12 cards or something like that, and they got what 300-400 fighters. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
crazy. That's crazy, bro. A lot of these fighters are going to start signing with other people.
Yeah, no, it's
because they got to eat, bro. They got to eat, Joel.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
but the thing is that it's not so much that they gotta eat. Well, yes, it is, because you can't be kept active on PBC. That's just the facts. That's not even disrespect, because it may even come out like I'm trying to shit on them. It's just the truth. I literally said that with PBC, I miss their events. I like their events best, but now with this transition, there's only going to be 12 cards a year. And then you start doing the math. It's like, how many fighters y'all got? There's going to be some fighters who are only going to fight once a year. And then they got paid only 100,000 in that one fight. And then
you imagine, Joel, these guys probably had offers from different networks. Probably networks where other boxing promoters were at. But this is the thing when we get with boxing. Oh, no, I don't want to share a platform with these people. I don't want to. You're hurting the sport.
And boxing, and also, hold on, I'll say this. Boxing is also in a dangerous position right now, because Top Rank's contract with ESPN ends next year, I think in August. And I'll be honest with you, they haven't been making ESPN that much money.
Where the stars at? Where the stars that are flowing out of ESPN?
No, because the thing is, with boxing, you make money off the pay-per-views. Like, you don't really make money off, oh yeah, I fucking sold out the Hoodoo theater. It's like, yeah, you made some money, but it ain't.
It depends if there's a lot of sponsors that want to go there and promote
bro. The money in boxing is made with the big events, and
okay.
ESPN. I guess they had the Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder, but other than that, they really
was it
haven't made money.
PBC or ESPN? Because I thought PBC was the.
No, that was a joint venture.
So they split the proceeds.
Yeah, that was the only big fight. Other than that, they really haven't had no big fights.
Damn, so when you take on boxing, it's like to take a loss, literally. That's how these networks
exactly.
work.
And now the shit expires next year. So ESPN made mad cuts. They fired Max Kellerman. They fired Jalen Rose.
And these are the best of the best.
Yo, bro, as long as I can remember watching ESPN, he's been on that channel, bro.
Not only that, with HBO. So the thing about the context, this guy comes from a well school of boxing. Max Kellerman's been
went to Ivy League schools. He did like 20, 30 years at ESPN, and he got cut because they losing money.
And they kept Tim Bradley.
Yeah, you wrong for that one.
Mental pressure. Shakur put in mental pressure. Oh, Edwin.
Hold on, let me read this super chat. Shout out to Nobody92. He says, "Do you think Puello can bring his name back to where it once was?" I mean, I'll be honest with you. But before I answer this question, where was his name before this? I don't even know what that means.
I mean, he had a title.
No, but he said his name. His name was never really up like that. But can he get back to the position he once was as a world champion? I mean, this is a tough division, but fuck, Rolly's a champion. So, who knows?
It goes back to what I was telling you. None of these guys, they're coming from poverty-stricken backgrounds. They're practically they're businessmen. They're on their own. But you could tell that they don't have the right people around them advising them. Because there's no way in hell you might fight with a title and you're going to be taking some drugs that are going to strip the title away from you. And you don't have the right people around you with checks and balances telling you, yo, hold on, whoa, cualquier cosa, habla conmigo, talk to me. Come on, bro.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know. It's a bit tough because I could picture myself him like not wanting to tell people, yo, I need to take pills to have kids and shit like that. My sperm don't work. It's kind of like a bit of a personal situation. Ended up costing him a title and a lot of money, to be honest.
A lot of money, Joel, because he would have won the Rolly fight.
He would have stopped Rolly, bro. And he not a puncher like that.
And he would have been making way more money on his next fight. He probably would have been fighting Ryan Garcia. Anybody would have came after him because they would have looked at him as one of the lightest 140 pounders. Like this, okay, he doesn't have that much power. I might take him on. He would have had a lot of offers.
Yeah, no, and who knows? Who knows? Maybe they would have made, like, let's just say Puello would have beat Rolly. So that means he defended his title. After that, maybe a unification with Matias, maybe a unification with at the time I think Tio. Who knows? Like any opportunity could have popped up, but he ended up.
He just beat somebody the other day, right? Soundly, good win.
Yeah, he beat an undefeated guy on David Morrell undercard. He looked good too. He looked good. I mean, man. I wish he would have got the stoppage.
Talent. We got talent, bro. We got talent, brother. But a lot of our guys got to get together, man. Start doing their own thing. And the reason why I say that they need unity is because they're gonna have to spend money. They're gonna have to invest on their own videographers. They're gonna have to invest on their own public relations guy. But if they had some type of association, but guys, these guys don't think that far ahead, man. Unfortunately,
you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna start my own promotional company. You're gonna be my vice president.
Joel, let's go, man. Let's put up our own money, bro.
Put up our own money, man.
I put my own money.
We complain about how they not doing it right. You know what I'm saying? Let's just do it right. Let's just do it right.
Let's just do it, bro. Because I see it. It's like you know when you see a vacuum that no one is filling, and you're like, yo, I know exactly what that needs, bro. And I'm
No,
proving. I'm proving. I don't even want to talk. I know what I could bring to the table, bro. I know what I could bring to the table, bro.
I know,
Matter of
I
fact,
know.
there's a voicemail right that landed on my phone yesterday. I'm gonna send it to you. I know what I could do, bro. I know what I could do, man. But it's like we
Yo,
got
bro,
to do it.
yo,
And with
yo,
the younger guys is gonna work. Because when you're young and you don't have money, I think you're more predisposed to listen to people that been around, and you're more humble too.
bro, you know what? How much of a movie it would look? We throw a fucking event in DR. The way we would promote it.
Oh man.
Yo, bro, like it would be a movie. Stream it to YouTube and shit.
Get a
Like
good videographer.
good videographer, promote the shit
Do
right.
the sound
Go.
for me. Yo, bro. Do the sound for me. Bro, these things are not far-fetched no more. We have the systems in place. We have people with the skill set. This
We
isn't,
got the connections.
yeah, no longer we have connections to the consumer now through the internet. We don't
Yeah,
need a big record label no more or a big promotional company to do
yeah.
things for you. That's
I
why I
will
guess
I will say this for fighters in general, and I feel like a lot of people saw the Mayweather, where he wasn't signed to a promoter, he was just kind of going on a fight by fight deal and all that. Uh, um, I think a lot of fighters saw that model and was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that." It's like, yeah, bro, but you're not Mayweather. You're not as popular. You're not
that's risky
first of all,
too.
you're not as talented, and second of all, you don't hold that much weight. You know what I'm saying? For that to work out for you.
When Mayweather did that, he was already a champion. He was already
Yeah, it was already like
Olympic
4 or 5
pedigree.
division.
He had a lot of shit going before he did that.
Yeah, yo, like I felt like Chris Colbert, like thought he was Mayweather, like the way he was moving and talking. I'm like,
I'm that dude.
bro, like you're not there yet. Like once you never even been a champion, bro, and you
And
talking all this shit.
that should let you
That's
guys know the talent level of Edwin De Los Santos, man. Edwin De Los Santos got this guy out of there in three fights. And PBC had Colbert as a priority at one point in time. I don't know if you remember. He was headlining his own
100%.
shows, getting his own, you know?
He was headlining the fight where Hector Luis Garcia had to step in.
He headlined it with Tugs too. Tug something.
Tug, yeah.
So this
I can't
guy was
pronounce his
being
name.
pushed.
Yeah.
He was being pushed, and when our guys get in position, and we gotta get away from boxing when we're protecting names. We gotta get away from that, man. Protect the best product. That's how you're supposed to protect. And the best product is the guy who wins. Put these guys in tough.
The thing is that the problem with boxing is they and I'm saying when I say they, I mean the promoters. They go by like what's best for me now. They don't look like, yo, let's do this shit where it's better for the sport, it's better for the fans, it's better for these people down the line. It's all like, what's best for me now? Oh, yeah, this will make money, this, that, and the third. But it's like, yeah, bro, but like if you want to advance the sport, the best got to fight the best. This guy got to fight this guy. And I'm not going to say we haven't had the best fight the best as of recently. We've had a lot of undisputed fights. So I'm not going to knock the sport totally, but sometimes the big fights that we want, like Spence Crawford, you're not going to get that when you want it. We're going to get it when, I don't know, maybe Spence wasn't the same, man. I don't know, this,
You're not
that.
gonna get that.
You're not going to get it. Oh, you want Mayweather Pacquiao in 09? Yeah, cool. We're going to give it to you in 2015. Don't worry about it. You have to wait 6 fucking years.
So give me the small little fights, the small big fights. Give me when they made the Michelle Rivera Frank Martin, even though the way it turned out, I was excited about the fight because it was a 50-50 type of fight in a lot of people's eyes. Give me a lot of those fights early on, so the creme of the creme could rise to the top.
Yeah, so you really know who's the best.
You know who's the guy. Because
Yo,
somebody has to come up from there.
Yo, you be looking at these rankings. Hold on. I'm just going to pick a random division. Hold
His
on.
rankings are ridiculous.
No, forget the rankings. I'm going to go to BoxRec. Yo, you look at the rankings for some of these divisions, and like the top 7 are all undefeated. I'm like, yeah, are y'all going to fight each other or what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's how you know that the ranking system is a joke. When you can have a guy, Rolly, that's fighting at 135 and just skip everybody that's been moving up the rankings with the WBA.
Hold on. I'm gonna show you an example on BoxRec right now.
That's disgusting, man. Like,
look,
for
so
the casuals,
I'm gonna go for the top 5. Top 5. So you got Gervonta Davis 29-0, Shakur Stevenson 21-0. I'm gonna skip Vasyl Lomachenko because he has 3 losses. Then you got William Zepeda 29-0, and you got Frank Martin 18-0. So in the top 5 of the lightweight division on BoxRec, and I'm not going by the rankings, who should be up, I'm good. I'm just going the top 5. 4 of them are undefeated, and there's a 99% chance that neither of those 4 fight each other
in their life, in their career,
possibly in their career.
The only reason these guys are undefeated is because they're not fighting each other.
Yeah, like, yo, bro, mix it up. Yo, William Zepeda, yo, go fight Frank Martin. Yo, Shakur Stevenson, go fight Tank. You know what I'm saying? Let's make these fights. Let's see who's the best. We can't have 90
Yeah,
people
you might
undefeated.
take an L, but it's a big event. Boxing fans are going to come out. You're going to make money. And it's the way you lose. If you lose in a hard, tested, gritty fight, you gained another fan. You gained another fan. So the sport is being hurt. You know how many? Yo, boxing could fight. We could have fights exciting fights all year round if the promoters started working with one another like that. All this 0 and L is becoming corny now.
Yo, everything changed once HBO and Showtime
got out the game.
Stop being
yeah. Once you're right, Joel. Because even back then, they will fight each other when they lose. They'll have even the network will demand the fight. Like, no, we want to see a rematch.
Forget that, bro. The promoters would fight. The promoters would we would have cross promotion fights because they had nothing to do with the network. If you Top Rank and I'm Golden Boy and you got to fight on HBO and I got to fight on HBO, the networks used to just be like, yo, fight each other. It wasn't until like 09 when all this shit started happening.
Yeah.
09, 08.
This is why you don't want a bunch of networks. That's when the network's interest is not really aligned and it's saying, yo, why I'm gonna let my fighter go fight over there when I know he's the B-side. Look, you saw what Frank Martin said? Yes, 2 days ago?
Nah, I ain't see it.
I'm happy I didn't take the fight. You guys don't understand. When you take a fight, you got to go to another promotional company. You got to deal with their judges. You got to go deal with their commentators. You got to go basically and take all the shit they give you. And you got to take less money. I'm happy I didn't take the fight.
Hold on. That dude is just putting up a fancy word for ducking,
but he made there was some sense in there. If you go
there wasn't. He was gonna get his highest payday for a title shot. Like, bro. And when they read the scorecards for Edwin versus Shakur,
I thought
the judges were fair.
They weren't crazy.
Yeah. So had Edwin done more, he could have got and you know I ain't like the way he fought. But
no, he said it himself yesterday in 2 days in an interview. He said, I was also part of that event, so I just can't blame Shakur. I got to put it on myself as well.
Yeah. No. But my point is, had he done a little bit more, it looks like the judges would have been fair. So all that, I'm glad I ain't take that fight, man. That dude's just a duck. You was going to get your highest career payday for a title, possibly. And if you win, bro, you set up. You got a belt in one of the hottest divisions in boxing, and you just beat a fucking former silver medalist, one of the most hyped up fighters in the last 4 or 5 years. Like, come on, man. I'm not taking that excuse.
I tell you one thing though, if you're Edwin De Los Santos right now, you have a lot of options on the PBC side now, especially with anybody in the top 5, Frank Martin, Pitbull Cruz. So they should be very excited about what's going on because he's
Yeah,
gonna be.
I want Edwin to stop boxing so much, man. I want him to be a little bit more aggressive. Man.
You want him to be like the guy that fought Rayo. You want him to go get the smoke.
Yeah, I'm not saying que no que entre así como de controlado. I'm not saying like that, but I want him to be more offensive. Yeah, the boxing shit is cool, but his last 2 fights haven't been the most exciting, man. I'll be honest.
You want him to go get the smoke.
I want him to go get knockouts. Go look for the knockout. You get what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy? When he fought Rayo, if you notice, after his knockdown, he got up and went after him. He got knocked down, and it was a nice touch, and went for the gusto. So maybe that's a style that he might want to take advantage of because it really made a splash.
Yeah.
It made a splash. And I think, Joel, you're right. You know why, Joel, you're right? Because I think a lot of fighters are going to be on the back foot with him. You're right, Joel.
So, all right, so he's on the back. That's what was happening with Adorno and both Shakur. They were both fighters was on the back foot. So it was like, what the fuck is going on?
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So I want him to get more aggressive.
I want him to box, but also have that aggressive style that we like in spurts.
But the thing is, it's okay to box, but you gotta have some awareness of when you gotta box and when you don't. When you fighting Shakur and he's running around, that's not the time to box. When you fighting, I thought he could have got the stoppage against Adorno had he pressed a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I mean, the first 4 rounds, he was landing shots, and then after that, he was just kind of.
If you want to become a household name, you have to come for the gusto.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
You have to come for the gusto. Look at Rayo. Rayo was attacking Colbert at all times in his last fight. He said, fuck that. I'm not leaving shit to the judges. And look, right now, he's hot. Knockout of the year. You know what he said in the interview? Even Edwards talking about fighting me again. So that says a lot about what I just did. So it's go back to what you were saying, Joel. You got to win, yeah, but you got to win excitingly too.
Win excitingly because at the end of the day, I didn't see Edwin post any highlights from his Adorno fight on Instagram. Maybe I'm wrong.
I think somebody else did. Yeah, I think
somebody else did, but he did it. He didn't, right?
He didn't do it. Something that I hate that PBC.
No, wait, hold on, wait. You think if he would have knocked Adorno out, you think he would have put that clip on his Instagram?
Yeah, but from what I understand, he's not really that savvy when it comes to his IG.
He's posted the Rayo knockout.
I think he has shared the Rayo knockout. I don't think he has it. Look at his page. I don't think he has it up there. He shared it. He's not really that good when it comes to social media. Yeah. Like, I actually told him that, like, yo, you don't have to fight. You don't have the Rayo knockout there. He doesn't. It's like, and if I was designing hit, man, I'll have that all over there. All his knockouts, he doesn't have it.
Nah, he got pictures of it.
Yeah, he doesn't have it, Joel. He doesn't really invest too much in social media. He told me that himself personally. But when these guys knock out other guys, they have it all over their page.
Yeah, that's wild. That's wild. But my point is, he would have knocked out Adorno. He would have knocked out Shakur. You have a chance of shit going viral, and you got and you this big power puncher. So it's not like you going out to get like I'm telling Puello got to go get a knockout. You know, you get what I'm saying? Yo, you got that power, that boxing, moving. It's cool when you got a guy like if he was fighting Pitbull and that's how he was fighting, boom, countering, moving around, giving him angles. But you fighting another boxer. Got to get a little bit more aggressive, man.
And not only that,
especially on the inside, he has
to understand that he's the B side. Against Pitbull, he's going to be the B side. Yep. Against Tank, Frank Martin, even Frank Martin, I think.
Yeah, right? Even Frank. No, I mean, then again, I don't know. Well, I don't know. I even
think
maybe
Pitbull's going to come straight in because that's his only
for sure.
Well, that's gonna be
No, bro. If you fighting Pitbull and you want to box, you want to move, you want to use your jab, you want to use your feet, cool. You fighting a boxer and you want to do that? I don't like
I don't
that.
think Frank Martin's standing right in front of him and coming forward. Frank Martin's gonna try to keep him at the end of his own.
Oh, and I do like, and I wish in the against Shakur he would have used his jab more because Edwin got a really sharp straight right jab. He is very, very strong. He has very heavy hands, and I wish he used it more. It's just I don't want him boxing.
My observation from that fight, I don't think no one would have touched Shakur that day, bro. The way
bro, there was moments where they were both on the inside, and Edwin was just letting Shakur work. I'm like, yo, bro, what are you doing?
And Cello brought that to his attention, and that's gonna be experience for him. There you go to work. And these are the things that when we in training camp, we don't discuss those moments. And these are the nuances of having it's just not regular boxing. No, it's gonna be situations when things happen that we have to talk about it. I think he could just
that's on the trainer. Then that's on the trainer, bro. How are you gonna tell him that when we on the inside to not throw punches?
Yeah, that's something
you got. That's something you learn in the amateurs, bro. That's something you learn in the gym. That's something that in a championship fight you should already know that, especially in a situation when the guy's running. Now the guy's holding you. Now you guys got the fight on the inside. Maybe there you let your hands go. You don't just hold it for the referee to break.
One thing that I would have wished I would have saw was keep him going back. Don't allow him to just stand in front of you like he's dictating anything. Because he never was. It was an illusion. He will circle around the ring and stay in the front like he's actually not. Keep that ass moving back. Keep that ass going back so he can look like a clown. But out of all the Dominicans, Joel, he's going to be the one to get a lot of the opportunities because where he's at in the rankings and the visibility he has had. So he has
I'll say this. He recently got a big paycheck for that fight against Shakur Stevenson. The saying is once these Dominicans get money, they get comfortable. Let's see now. Let's see let's see how he's gonna be. To be honest with you, I want to see it.
You said it yourself, and I will never forget that in Times Square. Boxers, and you said it to him. This is when I knew you wasn't a yes man. You looked him in the eyes and you said, I could do this journalist shit for life. You boxers, you guys have a window where you have to maximize your talent. Remember when you said that to him?
The thing is, I tell it to all of them because at the end of the day, a lot of these dudes, they get the bag and they get comfortable. And I'm not saying because I haven't spoken to him, so I'm not saying he.
In general.
I'm saying, exactly, in general. A lot of these guys, and not just Dominicans, I'm speaking in general. Like every a lot of times they get the bag, they get comfortable. So I was reminding him, yo, you got a small window to make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? My journalism career, it could whatever. I'm not making much money now, but who knows in 10, 5, 4, 2, 1 years, whatever.
Well, you trying to say that you have a body of work of time. You could do this until you die. You could do this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yo, bro, Edwin's 23, 24. You got like a 7 to 10 year window where you can make a lot of money. And after that, bro, whatever you made for your retirement, whatever house you bought, whatever this, whatever that.
Now you got to reinvest that. You got
after you done boxing, bro. Let me not say because you could fight into a long time, but I'm just saying after a certain age, you're not going to be getting a lot of money from boxing. And then after that, you don't know much to do. You ain't develop no skills. You ain't go to no trade school. You didn't go to college. You know what I'm saying? So these guys have to remember that.
Their talent ASAP. And one more thing, too, that I wanted to talk about, Rohan. I don't know if you spoke about him today. You
Go
spoke
ahead,
about
bro.
Rohan?
No,
Okay.
no, but yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
That kid right there is exciting, man, because he has the boxing ability, but you can tell that he wants to go for the more. He
He got
wants to
that
show
swag,
you.
yeah.
He wants to show you. No, I want to win exciting. And he's really have been impressing me, man. And hopefully he has a team around him that's working a lot on the things that we've been talking about his social media, his marketing, his just things that he needs to learn, man. Because we like I told you, a lot of our guys are not priorities for these promotional companies. They're not.
I mean, listen, he can possibly make himself a priority this year. I'll be honest with you. I think last year he showed his talent. They matched him real tough, and he passed those tests with all those tests with flying colors. And I don't know if you when you started listening, but I predicted that he will be the prospect of the year of 2024. I'll be honest with you.
Or
I think
ESPN or for the Boxing Association.
for the Boxing Association, I think he's that good. I think they're gonna put him in position and match him tough and keep doing this shit. And he's just gonna keep knocking him down, man. The kid is hungry. Every time I speak to him, whether it be on camera or off camera, the kid is hungry, man. He lives
If
on the
I was
second floor. The
Rohan,
gym is on the first floor.
if I was, I'm gonna say this in Spanish because I want him to hear me. Hopefully somebody gets this time. Si yo soy Rohan ahora mismo, en la posición que él está ahora mismo, ya él tiene que comenzar a cortar cabeza. Si yo soy él, hago un video bacano con un videógrafo de ahí local donde él vive y pongo a Tiger Johnson por ahí. Tiger Johnson, ya es tiempo de quitarlo de ahí. Hazte un video con un tigre de eso, una mascota, cómpralo y dególlalo con la bandera dominicana aquí arriba o algo. Dególlalo, haz un video bacano y mándaselo para que los bloggers agarren todo eso y todo el mundo se ponga caliente. Porque ya tú tienes que comenzar a quitar cabeza. ¿Por qué? Porque ese tigre está en tu división, ese tigre está en la misma compañía que tú estás y esa pelea se hace fácil. ¿Sí o no, Joel?
No, claro, porque y tú estás quitando este prospecto que está ahí, que hay gente que piensa que este es mejor que tú. Tú ahí, tú le ganas. Mire, yo fui mejor que él. ¿Tú me entiendes?
Y quítalo ahora, antes que se peguen de él, que hizo Star, que tú y lo otro, que cuidarlo. Quítalo ahora, ya hace llamamiento ahora, antes que Top Rank se atreva a hacer una prioridad a él. Porque si lo hace una prioridad, te lo van a mantener lejos. ¿Sí o no, yo?
No, la verdad. Yeah,
Who else at 140? Who else at 140? ¿Quién mata 140 que está empujando? That Top Rank is pushing.
They got that Mexican dude. He was an Olympian. I forget his name. Damn, what's his name?
Que ni piensen en él porque lo van a cuidar. Él es mexicano. Que ni piensen que se vaya atrás del moreno.
No, pero puede ser que se le va que se le vuelten la tortilla, that they go, oh, give this Dominican guy this, and then the shit don't work out for him. That's how it was for Edwin.
So let's use this guy as the measuring stick to see this guy's really good.
Lindolfo Delgado, that's his name. He's trained by Robert Garcia. He's also a prospect. He's 19-0 with 14 knockouts.
In your heart of hearts, does Top Rank is known for doing that, for throwing their prospects against one another?
Not really, but I can't see them doing that with Tiger Johnson because I think they don't believe in him anymore.
I've noticed that. I don't think.
Yeah. So since they don't believe in him, I do think they believe in Rohan. Believe it or not, a lot of and deservedly so. You know me, I've criticized Top Rank by how they've talked about Dominicans or how they've treated Dominicans, but I gotta be honest. I do think that they believe in Rohan. Now, whether we'll see how much they invest in him, we'll see how much they promote him, but I definitely do think they believe in his talent. I definitely believe that.
Another thing too that PBC has to get on board on, and it's the reason why the people that are in Top Rank stable are young and they get a lot of following, especially being Hispanic. PBC, please, you guys need the Spanish division, man. Y'all need a Spanish Facebook. Y'all need a Spanish IG, man. Y'all can't keep doing this, bro. Y'all have a whole group of people that are following you. Top Rank they made that a priority. Top Rank has like 4 or 5 different platforms, I think. ESPN Knockouts, Top Rank Boxeo, Top Rank. You feel what I'm saying, Joel?
No, 100%.
They have a machine that when they want to promote somebody, they just post them on all of those and they spend money on Instagram and Facebook marketing, which is another thing that I've noticed. PBC doesn't really do that for the young guys that are coming up.
It's just
that's just common sense. When Sayas is fighting, I see that all over my timeline.
All that for him to fight a fucking cab driver. You're like, wait a minute, you got me all excited. No, but you're right. They do a good job, man. They do a good job, which is surprising to me that they haven't developed a pay-per-view guy since,
who's their last star? Who's their last star they developed?
It's been a minute.
Teofimo?
And he's not a star.
He's not a star. He's known in the boxing world. Lomachenko.
He's not a star. I went to Madison Square Garden and it was a lot of empty seats. They had the whole top thing tarped off, and they had half the stage.
It was the HBO era, and they were fighting. These guys would have been stars because they would have been getting those other big fights with the other guys. Tank and him would have fought already if they were on HBO together. They would have fought. And that's a fight that is beyond me how they both didn't fight. But Tank and Lomachenko.
Yeah, I remember Floyd Mayweather said that he had reached out to Top Rank about making that fight, and fucking Tank got mad at him or something like that. I was like,
I heard a lot of things from that side, man. Don't take that fight now because you're younger, he's older, he wants it now. I heard a lot of BS fight, and that would have been an exciting fight to watch.
No, I mean, to be honest, I can see that. It just looks bad. It looks bad.
What? It looks disgusting. 2 stars like that?
No, I'm talking about it looks bad from Tank's side because supposedly he didn't want it.
Taking a lot of silent L's if you think about it too, Joel.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Who knows? I'm gonna throw that energy out in the air. I would love to interview Tank, man. I will have a lot of interesting questions to ask him because there's a lot of things that are like being rumored, a lot of things that are unclear, and I would love to interview Tank and ask him specifically about that Lomachenko situation, why that fight didn't happen, and is it true he got mad at Floyd for trying to make the fight? You get what I'm saying? Like I want some answers.
He never picked his opponent that the company does for him, which is crazy as a fighter. But it's just unfortunate, man, that we only have 2 stars. You know how we have the NBA and every team has a star, and there's like 30, 40 stars, and there's teams where there's 2, 3 stars in one team.
I'll say this, though. If Benavidez was to get the Canelo fight and he was to beat Canelo, he would be a huge star. But, he has to get the fight and he has to win, So, I don't think he beats Canelo, by the way. So, but yeah.
You don't think Benavidez beats Canelo?
Nah, hell no.
Wow. You're the first guy I ever heard say that you don't think he could beat him.
Nah, hell no. I'm the only guy who knows boxing, bro. Apparently, Canelo will knock him out, bro. I'll be honest. I think Canelo would knock Benavidez out.
Wow.
First of all, Canelo has way more experience. Let's just start off there. So he has way more experience, and he's a counter puncher. Benavidez is a volume puncher. So now you just creating more and more opportunities for the counter puncher. I don't think it's an easy fight. I think he gives them trouble. But I think at one moment, 9th or 10th round, where Benavidez is gonna be going to throw a bunch of combinations, and Canelo just gonna time him, bang, and hurt him real bad.
If he
drop him or something, and then he comes and clean up the show and finish him off. That's how I think the fight would play out. But
I'm gonna be honest with you. I heard who his next potential opponent might be, and obviously it's not clear. Well, nobody knows that. But if it's Charlo, man, I'm gonna be disheartened, man. I'm
The
gonna be.
the other Charlo, I hope not.
I
I'll be
hope.
honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Any fight that's not Benavidez, I will be disappointed. He could fight anybody in the 168, even if
If
it was
it's
to
a
fight.
diamond, I'll be happy. If it's a diamond, I'll be like, I'm not that mad. I'm not that sad about that. But
I mean, you'll be sad after the fight, though.
I don't got him
No,
winning.
but I'll say this. I'll say this. He has to fight Benavidez, man. I don't want to see him fight Charlo. I don't want to see him fight Munguia. I don't want to see him fight I don't even David Morrell, like, and who's a good fighter, and I just don't. That's not a fight I feel like he's earned
If
quite yet.
he's smart, they will have like, damn, I don't know why they don't have these like 2-on-2 fights. Whoever the winner is, y'all get the big money fight. Like, make these guys fight each other and earn that. Morrell,
Well,
but
that's something we talked about the other day, man. Boxing
HBO used to do that. Remember, if these two guys win, they get the money fight. They get this fight.
And not only that, I miss tournaments, bro. The tournament,
the Super Six, remember? The middleweight.
The Super 6 series was good. The World Boxing Super Series was also good. The thing is, fans like tournaments because it creates a playoff type atmosphere. Like right now, we got
those fights were sanctioned. Those fights were sanctioned. It was real belts there too.
Of course. Like it's right now. Right now the NFL playoffs is going off. All right, we know that if this team beats that team, they're gonna play this team, and then if that team beats that team, then they go to the Super Bowl. And then on this side, if that team beats that team, then that team beats that team, then they meet in the middle, and it's the best versus the best.
Joel. Even the NBA started doing in-season tournaments. It just creates excitement. Oh man, who's gonna win? Oh, between these two, oh man. It creates excitement in the boxing consumer needs to feel excited about the sport again.
Exactly.
And it's unfortunate that no one is driving that home. And don't you see these promotional companies arguing about, oh, this guy doesn't want to work with me. Oh, come on, man. People need to do something about this nonsense, man, because it's getting tired already. You know how many tournaments we can have, man?
Yo, just with 140, bro. There's enough talent right there to make a nice tournament.
The lightweight tournament, the 140 tournament. Yo, boxing will be like the hottest thing on the market. Joel,
Nah, I see the vision, bro. I see the vision, but what happens is everybody's their own business. So what happens is these fighters and their managers. Yo, I talk to some of these managers, and I'm like this. Yeah. How the fuck? Like, how did you get enough money to invest in a fighter? That's how stupid some of these managers are. I'll be honest with you. So some of these managers, you can hit them in the head with a brick of gold, a bag of gold. You can hit them over the head with it, and they, no, man, that's a bad investment. This, that, yo, just take the bag. Nah, man, I'm gonna go this route and I'm gonna go that route. And a lot of these managers be ruining these kids' careers, making bad decisions. A lot of them. So a lot of them will probably be like, "Oh, I don't want to put my fighter in the tournament. I don't want him held up." Or some dumb shit. Believe it. I know that sounds stupid, right? But I've spoken to enough managers to know that how stupid these guys are. No, for real, man. For real.
Held up in a tournament, you're going to get fights right away. Big fights on top of that.
Oh, where are these fights going to be? Oh, we don't know yet. Oh, if I can't get a guarantee where the fights are going to be, I'm not signing up for no. Yeah, like, yo, these
guys, I don't know if you guys remember the Super 6 middleweight tournament. Like, I think it was like 15 in that tournament. And Andre Ward wasn't even somebody that a lot of people talked about. He was an Olympian. Okay, cool. But he came out a star out of that tournament. There was a lot of exciting fights in that tournament. Arthur Abraham. It was a lot of exciting knockouts in that tournament.
Yeah, I remember when Arthur Abraham, when he knocked out Jermaine Taylor,
in
that was a nasty
round.
knockout.
These were fights that probably wouldn't have got made. But these fights were made quick. Like within 2 years, Joel.
It was less than 2. I think it was within a year the tournament went.
How excited you was when that tournament was around? It was exciting, man.
No. I mean, the only thing I didn't like is that people kept pulling out the tournament because of injuries or fake injuries and all that.
That's the only thing I did. Them right away. Boom.
Yeah, but they found somebody to replace it. But the only flaw I saw in Super 60 series is they didn't have single elimination. That's the way I would have liked it.
What is that, single elimination?
No, like
they kept going. They kept going. If you lose,
if you lost, you stood in the tournament, and one knockout caused you got 3 points, and if you won by decision, you got 2. If it was a draw, you got 1. It was a weird system they got, but it was a tournament nonetheless. And like you said, at the time, nobody really knew who Andre Ward was. And after he won the tournament, I'm not gonna say he was a superstar, but he definitely was a lot more known than he was before that.
He was demanding money too for every fight. Jordan also started promoting him, the brand.
Yeah, he signed a contract.
Yeah, you guys, man, like if I'm a boxer in one of these big stable, you imagine being in a 200 fighter stable? I want visibility and I want fights. Mm-hmm. If you're not a priority, if you're not one of the man, let somebody talk about they wanna do a tournament and they're gonna put me in those fights. Man, I'll be the first one to tell my manager, put me in there. Put me in there because I'm sitting, and I'm being buried in an undercard.
No, and not only that, you in the tournament, you're guaranteed fights as long as you win, and you give a lower level guy an opportunity to, you went from being a lower level guy to winning the tournament. Now you a fucking star. You get what I'm saying?
So the people I see not wanting to be part of this tournament are the bougie ones. The bougie ones that are already reached that level of success.
Yeah, so, and I'm okay with that. You a super Tank, or Canelo, y'all don't want to be in the tournament? Cool.
Perfect.
But y'all other dudes like Elvis, Gary Antoine Russell, who else?
At 140. Throw Rohan in there. I'll throw Rohan in there.
Rohan Polanco, también.
Tiger, come on.
Tiger Johnson, Michelle Rivera, Jose Ramirez.
Bring the old veterans too, like the guy that just lost to Michelle. Let's see who comes out of here. Let's see.
You know what I'm saying? Make an 8-man tournament, single elimination.
With a good docu-series like they did. Going behind the life of the fighters.
Yeah.
Boxing has to come up with new ideas, man, because it's a dying sport. It's a dying sport.
And all that doesn't require too much money investment. Hold on, I want to read this super chat. Shout out to the Nobody. This is his second super chat. So a double shout out, my man. I really, truly appreciate you. What is next for Adames? Haven't heard anything, and his name was buzzing. Do you think his J-Rock performance dropped his stock a bit? No, I don't think his stock was particularly high before that.
It was just a main event fight. That's all it really was. A main event fight in Minnesota. Just like Joel's been saying.
What is next? I haven't heard anything. So anything I say will be speculation, to be honest with you. I don't want to sit here and lie to you. But he's on the PBC side, and it's hard to say what's next for any fighter. Right now, we don't know what Amazon, we don't know what's going on. I would love to see him unify with Janibek, but he's still the WBC interim champion. And as much as Mauricio Suleiman wants to come on my platform and lie and say that, that you could unify the WBC interim championship because Triple G did it, and he's the only one in history to do it at that moment and since then. And we also saw Brian Mendoza have the WBC interim, and then when he fought Tim Tszyu, he had to vacate because it was only for the WBO. But neither here nor there. So he technically cannot unify. Again, We're not going to believe that liar of Mauricio Sulaiman. But other than that, he's in a trash division, man. No fight he fights next unless it's Janibek or Eubank Jr. It's really going to be.
He has to hope he
worth.
has to go to 168 to get exciting fights, or hope that one of the stars.
Thing is, he's not a big guy, man. Like
he's not.
He's not. Yo,
he's gonna get punished in that division.
I've met him multiple times, and to me, honestly, he's like a 54-pounder. Like he's not even a full 60 to me.
It's unfortunate what's going on, man. Because even like think about it, Amazon has what 12 dates for this year.
Yeah,
it's a multi-year deal. It's a multi-year deal, so we can't jump the bandwagon. We gotta see how this thing plays out, man. We gotta see.
Yeah, I don't know. As far as any PBC fighter you ask me about, and I started the show talking about Elvis. Any other PBC fighter, Elvis, Michelle, Hector Luis Garcia, Edwin de los Santos, I can't give you what's next for them because they don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Amazon don't like. We need more clarification as to when Amazon. Once Amazon rolls out 4 or 5 fights in a row, then we can start talking.
Now, when Amazon hires me and Joel for the Hispanic division, then we're gonna be cooking.
You imagine?
Oh man!
You imagine they see this? They see this and they send me an email like, "Hey man, we need you guys.
We need you guys here, man. You guys are gonna bring excitement back to the sport."
Exactly.
But hopefully they do this. They'll roll out their fall schedule. Remember like how they used to do with Showtime? And from there, we're going to be able to assess how hard they coming. But this one day thing, I'm not feeling it.
Supposedly the first date is going to be March 30th. And it's going to be a pay-per-view. I'm like, damn, man, that's not a good way to debut. The way you debut it is a good free fight.
Good free fight with a nice
it don't even gotta be a star. It gotta be, you got Subriel Matias. That's guaranteed action right there. You throw him in against somebody, or you throw in David Benavidez, somebody who's exciting for your first fight, but make it for free.
Because these guys are waiting. Look, the peoples of the world, the Rollies of the world, they waiting for big fights. Oh, if I don't get I'm hurt. I can't fight. That's why Ismael Barroso has an interim belt. You know that, right? Because these guys are holding the belts up, trying to cash out. Make these motherfuckers fight each other. Oh, you don't want to fight? Strip them. Make them fight.
Shit. Hold on. I got another super chat. Shout out to my man Hector Bermudez. He is the trainer of Roan Polanco. He says Roan Polanco wins that tournament.
He's listening. That's good. He's listening.
I'm gonna throw the link up. See if he wants to hop on.
That would be nice.
I'm gonna throw the link in the chat if you want to hop on, man. We definitely would appreciate your commentary.
The younger guys need some type of tournament situation going around, man, because a lot of their futures are uncertain, man. And when you have your whole family banking on you, banking on your success, and you are making what $10,000 every 4 months, every 6 months, that's ridiculous in the States, man.
And people don't understand how when
you
come from a third world country to America, people don't understand how much your family and your country depend on you. People don't understand. I'm not saying we have it easy or we have it harder. I'm not saying none of that. I'm just saying people who never lived or family is not from a third world country, they don't understand that once you come to America, it is expected. It is expected that you monetarily help your family out wherever you from.
From your family, you just became Kobe Bryant. You just became LeBron. You became the one that made it just for stepping foot on this soil.
No, and some of these Dominicans, they're not even making money like that. You get what I'm saying?
They be borrowing money. They be sending down there. Here, bro, send your mom something. Send your uncle something, man. Because these fighters are literally living on their future. projecting that you're going to be good. So a lot of these managers are taking losses right now. To be honest with you, they're investing on these fighters, projecting that one day they're going to make the money back, that they're investing in them.
It's a tough sport, man. It's a tough sport because to be that invested, it's tough. It's tough because, especially now with the landscape of boxing changing so much, and I'm curious to see what happens once ESPN contract with Top Rank expires. If they renew it, that's when I'll know how bad or how good boxing is. Because if ESPN was to leave boxing will be completely off TV. Now,
Dang.
because that would mean if you want boxing, you will have to either go to DAZN, which is an app, or go to Amazon Prime, which is an app. So be conscious of that.
Very conscious of that.
So before
even Top Rank wasn't happy when Showtime. You could see the hurt. And like, damn, we don't want to see the sport leave. You could tell that they weren't smiling about that shit.
Yeah, it's American television, man. And cable in general is dying. We're moving to a more app-centric world anyways. But it's you don't want to lose that market just yet. It's dying. It's not quite dead. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. So everybody got, man, it's rough, man. If you are young, boxing is not like other sports, man. When you haven't even stepped on the basketball court and you got $100 million endorsement, and you feel me, Joel? You got the backing of the, you got, oh man, the draft is making you a millionaire already. You being drafted.
You sign a contract, you already got $5 million in the bank.
These kids are these boxing kids are literally, people are investing in them that are regular Joes a lot of times. Damn, man, I think you're gonna turn into something. I'm gonna give you $300-400 a month for something.
But it gets expensive, man. Investing in the fighters, because you gotta house them, feed them, find them proper training. You got to buy them boxing equipment. If they get hurt, you have to pay for their medical.
Nothing but losses. The first 4 or 5 years, probably. Nothing but losses. Literally. We're talking about, if you have a fighter for 3 or 4 years, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. For you to house them properly, get them visas, and you always hear about these fights between promoters, managers, and boxers, but man, you got to see it from every angle, man, because that's why, Joel, I think that's why you see guys protecting their investment like that. Like, no, you ain't fighting him. Oh, I'm down 200,000 with you.
That shit gone. That's real shit.
I got my whole life savings invested in your ass.
Boxing, you invest in boxing, one, when you really believe in somebody, and two, when you got a plan on how you're gonna get this person to where you think they are. Hold on, my man, the Nobody 92 with his third super chat.
No, that guy gotta come on. We gotta see his face. This is a record.
Shout out to the Nobody 92. He goes, what are your thoughts on starting El Poli Castillo? He actually has a fight coming up. When is it? He's fighting in Florida. I think it's in February. Somebody could look it up. Oh, matter of fact, I'm already here. I'll look it up. But he has a fight coming up. I think he's a good fighter.
I think he's limited in certain areas. The power department, the boxing ability department too. If he was a priority for somebody, then, but unfortunately, Dominicans are not going to get that.
No, he actually has decent power. I'll disagree with you there. I just feel like at times he gets he gets into this rhythm and he just stays in this rhythm. He stays in that same rhythm.
Yo lo voy a decir en español para que me hagan los dominicanos allá. El dominicano que tú ves peleando en la televisión no fue porque lo pusieron ahí. Es porque de verdad la merma de la merma. Es la crema de la crema. Any Dominican. Porque sabemos y entendemos que los dominicanos no son prioridades. El dominicano que tú ves en la televisión peleando es que bueno. Más que bueno. La verdad que decirlo.
By the way, Starlin Castillo, he will be fighting in Florida February 16th. I believe that's a Friday. Yeah, Fridays, February 16th. No word on how you can see the fight, but he will be fighting Jesus Saracho, who's 13-1-1. So, but yeah, again, I'm not a huge fan of Starlin Castillo. I'll be honest with you. I don't project him as like this superstar or this future world champion. I don't.
Sí, yo tampoco.
He could prove me wrong, though. He could prove me wrong.
Claro, siempre hay tiempo para eso. So we could jump on the bandwagon quick.
Yeah. Prove me wrong. No, but not even jump on the bandwagon. You could just prove me wrong. There's people that don't believe in me. And there's people that told me I'll never get 1,000 subscribers.
Exactly. I like to be proven wrong.
Yeah, so
that's
prove
the
me
good
wrong.
thing about boxing. When you see a guy like Elvis Rodriguez that's projected to get his ass whooped by a Rayo and then come out with the performance he did. We like that in boxing.
Exactly what happened to Rayo was supposed to happen to Edwin.
Hector Garcia with Cobra. Mm-hmm. I didn't have Hector winning at all.
Yeah,
matter of fact, I fell asleep.
You woke up the next day. Yo, he won?
You know when I woke up? I woke up because I fell asleep on the couch. I was tired. I woke up and the route he knocked him down and was chasing him, pounding on him on the ropes. And I woke up like I seen a ghost. What's going on?
Yo, speaking of that, yo, man, I was so disappointed with Hector Luis Garcia last fight, man. Yeah. I was so disappointed with his performance. I don't understand why he chose to fight that way.
Out of all the Dominicans, I thought he was going to defend that title for a couple of fights.
Me too, but he wasn't as aggressive as he should have been. If he would have fought how he fought Roger Gutierrez, I think he wins that fight. But he was trying to box and trying to do all this pretty like, bro. Hector Luis Garcia is slow. Like, you a slow fighter.
Got to be aggressive. Yeah.
You can't be trying to do all that shifty, fast, smooth, hands down shit, bro. You're not that. That's not you.
And look at that guy that he beat. You don't even hear about him no more. So it's like, hopefully that doesn't happen to him. Hopefully he gets another.
Honestly, Hector Luis Garcia, he's like he may not get another title shot, period, for the rest of his career.
Those paydays, like you said, Joel, we have this Dominican curse that when we get paid, it's unfortunate. We get paid, we think we made it.
And I don't like to repeat that, but god damn, man.
Yeah, don't make it. And they say generality sometimes a lot of times are true.
Yeah, yo, bro, this dude is 32 years old, coming off back-to-back losses. You think he'll ever get a title shot?
If you're Rolly,
yeah. I don't think he ever gets a title shot. Now, I'm not wishing that on him. Let's get that straight. You know, I'm not wishing that on him, but
he can make him the gate guy.
Yeah,
the gate guy. Though, let's have him against the hottest top prospect, and you don't want to be in that position when you got to fight the hottest prospect that's coming up. You don't want to be in that position. You feel me, Joel?
Yeah, I'm looking at the rankings now. Hold on. He's ranked number 6 in the WBA, the title where he just lost.
Damn, they dropped him all the way to 6.
And he's not ranked in none of the other sanctions.
Damn, I didn't even know it was that bad, bro.
So
he dropped him down to 6, not even 3, 2.
Yeah, he's number 6 in the WBA.
Who's ahead of him? ¿Quién está arriba de él?
I never heard or seen this name in my life. Is Sultan Zarubek?
Okay.
Lee Wood, Kenichi Ogawa, Jono Carroll, and Otar Aranosian.
Let's just get the guys that's backing those guys got money. Let's just say that. They pay their sanctioning fee.
Nah, but the guy who's ranked number one, Otar Aranosian, he actually beat El Poli. He's actually a good fighter. I really like him, and he's very entertaining. I like him a lot, actually. I would like to see him get an opportunity. He's ranked number one, so he should be getting an opportunity soon.
Joel, I think hopefully PBC comes out with a schedule, like a 10-fight schedule or something like that, or a 6-7 fight, like within the next month or so we can start.
Oh, within the next week, man. It's almost the end of the month.
Damn, you're right. Yeah.
Yo, it's the 21st of January, bro. Like, we need to get the ball rolling.
How are we gonna promote these fights too, right? At the last minute? Minnesota again? Like, what's these guys?
Yeah, I'm done with Minnesota. If their first fight is in Minnesota or something, I'm gonna be. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do, man. I don't know what.
I don't even want to say this, but if I was Subriel Matias' manager, like, you're undervaluing my guy by putting him over there, man. Like, I'm saying something. Like, listen, make my guy a priority. Take my guy to PA, Atlantic City, New York.
Yo, bro, why are we overthinking it? Just throw him in Puerto Rico.
Oh, put him in Puerto Rico. Yeah,
that's part of America. You don't. There's no international.
That's true, yeah, that makes no sense, bro.
Yo,
you have a star with that type of style. Man,
you make him a star in his own country first, and then once he's the man in Puerto Rico, then you bring him to New York. It's a simple formula. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
There's no way that guy should be in the undercard to nobody with that type of style, Joe. Do you agree, Joe?
Absolutely not. He should never be on an undercard. But
that guy he wasn't even the co-main event on this last fight, right?
Nah, it wasn't even co-main.
He was
he was on undercard of I think it was Benavidez Andrade, right?
Nah, he was like the third guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But he was on the card of that fight, right?
But at the same time, we gotta understand that was Showtime last fight. But still, my guy's a priority, man. If I'm managing that guy, man, and that style that he has is his aguerrido style. So my guy can get hurt. So I want big main event fights for my guy, man.
Nah, I feel you. But yo, Juan, we've been on for an hour and 45, man.
It's been a pleasure, man. It's another great show. What you think?
For sure, man. everybody hit that like button, man. I appreciate you. I'll see when I'll go live again. Yeah, as y'all know, I keep repeating myself. My life has changed dramatically. I got a lot of things.
Hizo rico el tigre, millonario, para lo que quieran firmar. Ya te sabes. Joel Papeleta.
I'm definitely not a millionaire.
Joel, bien shy. Let me know hay cuarto.
But I'll tell you this much. Give it 2-3 months. My channel, I'm definitely going to be bringing back a lot more interviews, a lot more content, and it's going to be back to the shit we know and love, man. All right?
And he's going to launch his promotional company. Par de peso feo, millones.
No, Tato, my man. All right, everybody. Hit that like and subscribe button. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace, man.